We try to be.
All right, ready?
My name's Natalie, and I'm from Burdett, New York, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
Perfect. Oh my God, one take.
My name is Lacey, you're Miss Auburn's outstanding teen, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
Hello, my name is Margot. I'm from Weymouth, Massachusetts, and you are watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
My name is Kurt Wilson. I'm from Derry, New Hampshire, and I watch the Astute Tourist Channel.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Barbara, and we're at the New Hampshire Grass Drags today.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. My name is Jimmy, your astute tourist. It is Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. Good morning, everybody. I hope your morning is going well for you. That time of year, man, the allergies are kicking in. All sniffles and clearing my throat and all of that good stuff. But good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. It is, in fact, like I said, Tuesday morning. Hope everybody has some good plans for the day. Let's go right over to our chat and say good morning to Ross. He's the first one in today. First one through the gate. Good morning, sir. How are you? Joe Hupp is here. Good morning, Joe. Good to see you. Denise from Bone Tired Travelers is here. And well, look who is here. It is Sean from Down Under Cruisers, Helping Hands for Cruising. The Down Under, I don't know. Good morning, Sean. It's good to see you, buddy. I was watching, as I was getting ready for today's show, Sean was up on the Helping Hands for Cruising, so I hope you caught that. Good show, Sean. As always, doing great things there, and I'm glad you could join us. Charlie is here. Good morning, Charlie. Good to see you. Everyone's saying good morning. Bob Altry is here. Good morning, Bob. Good to see you, my friend. Clariton. Yeah. I don't, I'm one of those, the percentage of people that can't take antihistamines. Instead of making me drowsy, they make me hyper. And I'm hyper enough. Wouldn't you agree? I don't need anything else to add to this silliness. But let's say good morning and cheers. Best sip of the day, everybody. Happy Cup of Joe Day. So good. My morning coffee routine is we have a dual coffee pod machine with a carafe. So I'll get up and my first coffee is with a pod, and while that's brewing, I get the carafe ready. So I am in fact drinking the carafe coffee now, so which is good, and I use an extra fine ground espresso coffee. Comes in a vacuum pack. You open it up and it sucks in some air and gets all nice, and the first smell is, the aromas are fantastic. So if you like coffee, it's good stuff. So I forget the brand. I'll have to get the brand and let you know. Still trying to make time to get this new bus timetable into my mind over the next few days. That's right, Joe. You said they have a new schedule there this week. I'm a Zyrtec girl. No wonder you're hyper. Oh, yes, my friend. So I apologize for any of the sniffling and snorting and all of that. The first cut is always the best, right, bro? Absolutely. It is actually good coffee. I'll have to get the brand for you guys. So but it doesn't come in a can or in a jar. It's in this vacuum packed thing, like an aluminum packet. I'm a sinuplasty kind of guy. Roto-Rooter for the head. Yeah, believe it or not, I had a rhinoplasty back in the day. When I was 14, I totally destroyed this big old Greek schnoz of mine. Smashed it, a good one, and had to go in for the rhinoplasty. So if anybody asks if I've had any work done, I can honestly say, yes, I have. And Denise says she's had that too. I have it every 2 months. Yikes. How was that? Sounds painful. You like that, did you? Yes, I've had work done. Anyway, good morning. It is Tuesday. I was not here yesterday. I'm sure you guys figured that out. And Denise, thank you for checking in on me. I have good friends, and that's good. I'm glad that you're checking in on me. Nothing bad happened. We, in fact, were up Sunday night really late because we went to the Boston Garden and we saw Queen play. And I didn't get to bed till 12:30. And there's no way I was getting up at 5, so I slept in until 6 and then got ready to go to work. But my mother. Good morning, Mom. How are you? I'm not my bad boy. I think she's talking about when I broke my nose. I was 14. I was doing things I wasn't supposed to do. That's karma. It'll bite you or punch you in the face, one or the other. I didn't get punched. It wasn't a fight. I just fell and I got hurt. And then then I ended up in the hospital in surgery and all that fun stuff. So I'm only bad when I have to be. Now, I'm not that bad of a boy anymore. You'll have to talk to Colleen about that. I found time to start watching some of your videos. I started watching your videos on Steadfast Spirits. Oh, no way. Joe, yeah. So he's actually a coworker of mine, CJ, the gentleman in the video that I'm interviewing. Good guy and good booze. Good stuff. Denise, was it a good show? Pics were awesome. Yeah, so I posted up a couple pictures and a video of the concert. We went into, like I said, we went into Boston with a couple of friends, had some dinner, and then went to the show. So let's talk about Queen for a minute. Let me jump down and catch up really quick. Stop taking holes, right? I did. I realized and stopped. Charlie says boys will be boys, right? All right, so let's talk about Queen for a minute. So I am which would say is I'm a fairly moderate Queen fan. I've been listening to Queen since probably whatever year Night at the Opera came out, 76, 75, 77, somewhere in there. That was the real time the first time I'd really heard the band. In fact, my dad had given me Night at the Opera, the album. I'd never heard of them. And when I played it, I was blown away. Just the harmonies. And if you've heard me talk about, the Beatles and that before, that's the thing that hooks me is it's the vocals. I mean, it's all of it, but the vocals, I couldn't believe the harmonies that these guys had. And I was like, whoa, who are they? So I became very quickly a big Queen fan. And then, when Freddie had gotten sick and passed away, that would be the singer of the band, if you're not familiar. it's devastating to everybody. You know, here's a guy that's an iconic figure and one of the greatest singers ever to hit the planet, and he passed away. So after that, you're like, all right, well, I guess that's it for Queen. And then some years later, I think they were touring with Paul Rogers singing in the band. And do I have that right? Anyway, they were touring around. They had somebody else doing some vocals for them. And, you know, I never really thought twice about it. Then Adam Lambert came along. Wasn't he an American Idol or America's Got Talent, one of those kind of guys. And I was like, well, no Freddie, no Queen as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't go watch the movie that they made. I just didn't want to see it. I just wanted to keep that memory of Freddie alive in my head. So here we jump forward to now, and somebody had asked if we would go to Queen with them. And all right, so I know I've been leading up to answer your question, Denise. Was it a good show? I'm going to say that I was pleasantly surprised at how good it really was. That Adam Lambert, I don't know if you've heard him sing or not. What a fabulous voice. That kid can sing. Now, he came right out and told us that, you know, he's not there to replace Freddie, but he's there to give tribute to Freddie and sing his songs. And some of the songs, he does sound like him, but I don't think he's trying. I just think that's his voice. So needless to say, it was a fabulous show. We had a great time. The music was fantastic. The acoustics in the garden were great. He's a very flamboyant character. Let me put it this way. But he's a really great showman. He did a great job. Roger Taylor and Brian May are the only two original members of the band that are left touring. Their bass player, John Deacon, has chosen not to perform anymore since the passing of Freddie. But Brian and Roger are out doing it, and they did a fantastic job. So I'm very glad that I went. It was a lot of fun, and we got to see a great show. And I don't go to many concerts anymore. I have a hard time, you know, with all the people. Do you guys notice that? Have you been to any concerts lately that you get in there and then there's just all these people and pushing and crowding, and I just have a hard time with that. It's not the same as it was when I was a young lad going to concerts. It did not affect the performance one bit. Really, really good. So if you get a chance, and they're touring now, I don't know where they're going or where they're going to be next, but if you get a chance to go see them, I would highly suggest you go see Queen. They put on a great show. So fantastic. So there's to answer your question, Denise. I really, really liked it. And but we did get back late. We didn't get home till almost midnight. I got in bed around 12:30. And Colleen's like, "Are you doing a show in the morning?" And I was like, "Absolutely not." So Denise says, "Yeah, we don't do lots of people either." Talked about that last night. Yeah, we I don't do well in crowds. It's funny because, you know, here I am, I can put on equipment and I can climb through a hole this big to get into a building that's dark and hot and crazy and nasty. But when I get into a room that's just packed with people and shoving and touching, and yeah, I just don't like it. I get the heebie-jeebies. I start to get a little anxiety. Not a fun time for me. So, but I persevered, and we went through it, and it was a good time. So, good times, good concert. Ross says, my last concert was in 2019, Roger Daltrey at Ravinia. Yeah, Roger Daltrey. Mom says it's 52 degrees there now. Yikes. Yikes, Mom. I have to put the heat on. Yeah, right. Wow is exactly right. In Burr. What's the temps where you are, Denise? Is it warm there? I'm just looking. I think we're down to 12 days. 12 days until the Booze Cruise. Actually, 12 days, 6 hours, and 43 minutes. I almost completed my check-in. What do I have left to do? Denise had sent me a text message, and she said that she's like, I'm all checked in. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about it. We just haven't printed our luggage tags and boarding passes and that yet, but 45 here, right? Yeah, I think that's what it is here. And you're cozy and toasty in bed. Good morning, Sharon. How are you? She says 44. It's 44 degrees here, so I'm right in line with you guys. It's chilly today, and it's going to get even colder, I think. Well, guess what? It's fall. I heard Sean talking earlier about the start of summer and the cruising season, and I got to figure out a way that I can win the lottery, and then I can have a house in Australia, and I can have one here, and then I can come around September, October. I can fly to my house in Australia, and then come back here to the States in May. I would love to do that. Ravinia draws an older and more respectful crowd, loves sitting on the lawn under the trees, people with their tables and chairs enjoying the night, candles burning, and great music. Oh, that sounds nice. Got the 10 a.m. boarding time. I think we're doing 11. We picked 11 o'clock. I didn't see any 10 a.m. one. 11 was, I think, the first one that we saw. So we'll be there at 11. That's good. Charlie says 51 there. Ross is saying 42. Yeah, so our temperatures are in line. Sharon says she's great. Sean says, come on down. I know you would like that, buddy. I would like it too. I would love to come down and hang out. You never know if the stars line up correctly. I could be hanging with you down under. I'm still not going to drink a Foster's. It ain't happening. Who was that was saying Captain Billy? Foster's, yeah. Ugh, really, dude? You drink that? Bilge water? Jimmy, you are very welcome to come here. I'll take you and Colleen. You did spell it right. 2 L's and 2 E's on a few local tours around my town. I would love that, Joe. That would be great. Apparently, there's a 10 a.m. boarding party. Okay. Right, Sharon? We do. We need to hit that lottery. We really do. One of us has to hit it. Somebody has to hit it. Somebody that we know. I see that the Powerball, someone in California won all of it. The one person. Right? No, I'm with you, brother. I am not drinking that swill. No, sir. I'm sure there's some really good Australian beer. Did I say it right? Beer. Australian beer. Or whiskey. Joe agrees. Foster's blah. Blah is right. All right. So anyway, it's been a few days since I've been around. So let's do this. This Week in History. This Week in History, as always, is brought to you by Revive Furniture and Home Decor. Check them out at Revive Furniture and Home Decor. We make decorating easy. All right, let's go back. Today is, in fact, October 17th, 2023, and on this day in the year 1346, at the Battle of Neville's Cross, the English defeated the Scots, who, as allies of the French, had invaded England in an attempt to distract Edward III from the siege of Calais, France. In the year 1448, the last major effort by Crusaders to free the Balkans from Ottoman rule began with the Second Battle of Kosovo in Serbia, in which a Hungarian Wallachian army suffered a crushing defeat. In 1707, German Baroque composer Johann Sebastian Bach married his cousin, Maria Barbara Bach, at Dornheim. He married his cousin. See, long before Jerry Lee Lewis, musicians are marrying their cousins. In the year 1777, British General John Burgoyne surrendered his troops following the shocking defeat in the Second Battle of Saratoga. In 1854, British and French troops began the siege of Sevastopol during the Crimean War. In 1918, hubba hubba, American actress Rita Hayworth, whose portrayal of seductresses helped earn her the nickname the Love Goddess, was born in 1918. She was a babe, Rita Hayworth, way, way before any of us. In 1939, the American classic Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, starring James Stewart, had its world premiere. Although it angered the political establishment, the drama won wide acclaim from the public and film industry. So you see, folks, it's been going on for a long time, hasn't it? Pissing off the political establishment. They hate it when you do that. So even Jimmy Stewart was pissing him off back then. 1939. In 1968, the American action film Bullet was released. It featured Steve McQueen in what many consider his definitive role and is also known for its iconic car chase sequence in a GT. Right, Joe? Joe knows about the Ford Mustang GT. In 1972, American rapper and actor Eminem, Marshall Mathers, who was one of the most controversial and best-selling artists in the early 21st century, was born. 1972. In 2005, the Colbert Report, an ironic send-up of television news programs hosted by Stephen Colbert, debuted on Comedy Central. It ran until 2014. I'm not a fan of Stephen Colbert. Anybody else? I don't like him. Nor do I like Kimmel or any of those guys. They're a bunch of boobs. Just one man's opinion. Just saying. In 2018, recreational marijuana became legal in Canada. Oh, Canada. Some notable birthdays, like we said, in 1918, Rita Hayworth. In 1920, Montgomery Clift, American actor. In 1938, Evel Knievel, American stuntman, was born. 1962, Mike Judge, American animator, writer, director, and producer, was born. And as we said, Marshall Mathers was born in 1972. And in 1956, American physician and astronaut Mae Jemison was born. The featured event for today in 1979, Mother Teresa awarded the Nobel Prize. On this day in 1979, Mother Teresa, founder of a Roman Catholic order of women dedicated to the poor and particularly to the destitute in India, was named the recipient of that year's Nobel Prize for Peace. Mother Teresa. So there you have it. That was This Week in History. check them out at their website at revivefurniturehandecor.com, Shopify, and Facebook. And go on over to Facebook and tell them that yours truly, Jimmy, sent you. Good morning to you. And I know I'm probably going to pronounce the name wrong, but is it Maciel family? Or the Maciel family adventures? Either way, good morning to you guys, and forgive me for smashing. Oh, okay. Good morning. It's our good friend, the Drunken Chef. Good morning, my friend. A new family channel. I love it. I love the picture. Brother, that's a good looking family you got there. I like it. Well, good morning to you, my friend. I'm gonna have to go over later on then and check out the channel. Send some love and support your way. But right on. Good morning to you. You're up early, but we appreciate you coming in. All right, Joe is saying, "Oh, hey, Drunken Chef." But yeah. The second way I said Maciel. So that's Maciel. Okay. Right on. And like I said, forgive me. I'm not very good with names. If you've been watching my This Week in History, I destroy people's names and names of cities, and what can I say? But there you go. Good morning to you, my brother. Thanks for coming in. Cheers. All right, let's see. It is Tuesday. What's going on in my neck of the woods? So over the weekend, we had our fire prevention open house on Saturday at the firehouse. It was a lot of fun. We've had one of our best turnouts yet. There were a lot of people there. I would say throughout the day, we probably had a couple hundred anyway, which is pretty good for us. And it was a great day. We did some live events. The guys built this thing, what we call a burn cell. And it was basically a big room that they split into two rooms. So they made it out of pallets and wood and sheetrock. And they had basically two living rooms, we'll call it, side by side. And they both were set up exactly the same, with the exception that one had a green Christmas tree in it, and the other one had a very, very dry Christmas tree in it. And then what they did is they lit them both on fire, and the demonstration was to show how quickly a dry Christmas tree can burn as compared to a green one. And which was a pretty good demonstration. The people really liked it. Of course, they like to see fire and in a controlled atmosphere. So it went over very well. We also do stove fire safety, what to do if you have a pan that, the hot oil or something catches on fire, or you have an oven fire. We did some fire extinguisher demos, as well as the folks could participate in operating an extinguisher. We also do this thing every year. It's called the Junior Firefighter Challenge. So in the firefighter world, every year throughout the country, and I think it's becoming international now, they do this thing called the Firefighter Challenge, which it's an obstacle course set up with stations that have firefighting related type tasks in them, like pulling a hose or dragging a person, or being on air and going through obstacles, climbing stairs, that kind of stuff. So we kind of simulated that down on a child level, and we have two age groups. I think it's 5 to 7 and 9 to 12 age groups, or 5 to 8 and then 9 to 12. And they run this obstacle, and they get timed, and the fastest boy and girl in each age group wins a bicycle. So that's a lot of fun. We have bicycles donated every year by one of our local organizations, and they're very generous every year, and they give us 4 bikes, and it was a lot of fun. I'll tell you, those kids take that serious, man. They run through this obstacle course, and they really, really take it seriously. And it's fun to see the kids and see their faces, and at the end of the day, they award the prizes out. So it was a lot of fun. And then we have vendors there. There's a lot of safety talk, and there were um, uh, we had these. They're comfort dogs for firefighters. So, you hear of support dogs that people have. These particular dogs are dogs that these folks go around the country and they visit various firehouses, and you just get a chance to hug a dog and pet them and all that. So they're a good organization. They were there. It was a lot of fun. So that's what I did on Saturday. And then you heard me talk about going to see Queen on Sunday. And so here we are. It's Tuesday. And today is my day in the field. When I get to work, I'm sure I'm backed up just because of getting ready for fire prevention. There's a lot of work that goes into it. But we pretty much have Fire Prevention Week in the bag for another year. There'll be some straggler schools that I go to, so I do visit the schools. I bring the on duty crew, and they go through their dog and pony show of don't play with fire, and stop, drop, and roll, and what do you do if the smoke detector goes off, and all that good stuff. So, speaking of that, don't forget to check your smoke detectors. It is that time of year. If you have batteries in them, make sure that you change them. They need to be cleaned. You need to vacuum out your smoke detectors. Or if you can buy some of that little canned air, you have for blowing out your keyboards or whatever, just spray them out a little bit with some air and get the dust out of there and clean it up. Smoke detectors only have a 10-year shelf life. So if your smoke detector is older than 10 years, and you can tell by looking either on the back of it, when you take it off the ceiling or the wall, there'll be a date on it. Charlie, you changed your picture. I just noticed that. There'll be a date on it. So if it's 10 years or older, it's time to replace them. And you need one on every floor of your home, basement included. They should be hardwired, or now they sell wireless ones that are all tied into each other wirelessly. Because when one smoke detector goes off, they all have to go off. So let's say you're in your bedroom sleeping and you have a smoke condition in the basement, that will go off in the basement, and it's supposed to turn the one in your bedroom on so that you're alerted and can get out. So there's my safety talk for today. Attend to your smoke detectors. So in carbon monoxide as well. So let's see. I'm going to jump back. Cannot wait for the 10th and 11th of August 24. Big truck show over here that weekend. I'm hoping a friend will bring a 71 AEC Marshall TGM 8R down from Queensland. Particular truck is in the livery of a New Zealand transport company called Emerson Transport Limited. Nice, Joe. Chef says I had to tap in with this one too. Right on, buddy. Appreciate it. Good to see you. I like the picture. Hey Joe, y'all have an Outback ghost town there? The whole Outback is a ghost town. The only way that you can get stuff into towns in the Outback is either by train or road train. Shirley is here. Good morning, Shirley. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Buddy Biggs is here. Buddy, good show the other day. And happy birthday again, my friend. Yeah, that was a good show. I watched it in some form for a couple hours, man. You were on all day. What'd you do? 6 hours or something like that? 7 hours? Looked like you had a lot of fun. And it was a good show, so good job with that. Let's see. Everyone's saying hi. Scotty Too Hottie is here. Good morning, Scott. It's good to see you. And Buddy is saying, Scotty, my next door neighbor. Cheers. Buddy Big said, did you see Queen this past weekend? I did, actually. I went Sunday. Did you go, buddy? Were you there? Joe says, fuel gets trucked in triple road trains crossing well over 120 tons. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I was, in fact, at the Queen show. I talked about it earlier. And going to have my juice. So that is, in fact, cherry juice. And I put my my bee pollen in it. And that's what I have that every morning. Let's see. Jennifer from Embarkation Nation is here. Hi, Jen. How are you, my friend? Whoop. I may not be on the 30th of October as I have other commitments with a Zoom. My volunteer work with a charity called Letters of Hope. That's fine, Joe. No worries. Come in when you can. All right, here's Jennifer. Jennifer, good morning to you. Hope you and Andrew are doing well. Thanks for coming in. Everybody is saying hi to everybody. No games or anything planned this morning, which I know some of you would be disappointed over, but I didn't have anything prepared. For that, but we're gonna do. Oh, hey, who's here? Somebody's here. Come on in. Oh, not Rowan Atkinson again. It's Mr. Bean. Hey, Mr. Bean, how you doing? Good morning to you. Thanks for coming in. That guy's always trying to get on my show. I don't understand him. We're gonna have to get him his own show. Keeps poking his head in here, ringing the doorbell at all hours of the day. He doesn't even know what time the show is. I hear the doorbell at like 5. I'm just waking up. But that's okay. Chat is as good as games. All right. Yeah, tomorrow we'll probably do something. Tomorrow is, in fact, hump day. We did skip hump day last week. I don't know what's going on. I may be going into Boston tomorrow night. I don't know. There's some stuff going on with those cryptors that I've been working with. So I'll be looking into that. So more to follow. Doing well. We're just up getting ready to work to pay for those cruises, right? I'm with you. We're still paying off the one we haven't taken yet, which is coming up in 12 days. 12 days. 6 hours and a couple minutes. Ross says, okay, all heading back to bed for an hour. My dress is agging. All right, Ross, have a good sleep. Skip hump day. No, no days off. All right, buddy. Sorry. I actually skipped Monday too. I will head to bed when Jimmy goes to work. Right on. Thanks for hanging with me, buddy. Appreciate that. I actually miss our mornings together too. It's too bad the clocks have changed. And here they're going to change soon and it'll be even worse. You'll be up at what, 4 a.m. my time versus 5? I was thinking of talking to my doctor about going on disability, for it has been over 3 months and not getting any better. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. That stinks. And you have not paid for January 2nd, 25 cruise yet. No, I have not. They haven't even paid for the one I'm getting ready to go on. I got to work to pay for coach trips. I have 2-day trips worth $160 to pay for soon. One of those is the biggest Elvis festival in the Southern Hemisphere. Really? Elvis. Hey, Elvis, we're going to win that race? We're going to win that race? I blame Sean for waking up so early. Sean? It sounds like fun. Oh, Elvis festival. How many Elvises are going to be there, Joe, at that one? Are there hundreds or are there thousands? Buddy, thank you for coming in, my friend. It's always a pleasure to see you. Like I said, one of these days we got to meet up, grab some lunch or a beer or something. Because you're down near Brockton. So you're not too far. We could meet halfway, or I could meet you in town and hang out, do a collab. Jennifer, Joe's saying it is. The Parks Elvis Festival is the biggest Elvis festival in the Southern Hemisphere. Okay, Ross. Heap it on me. I have broad shoulders. We'll be on the ship that week. That's right, 10:29 to 11:05. We're actually not leaving until the 6th. We're going to spend the 5th in New Orleans. Kind of by design. We couldn't get a cheap enough flight out that wasn't going to be flying for 8 hours and get home at like 1 in the morning on the 6th. So it's like, the hell, let's just get another hotel room and we'll fly home that day. So that's what we're doing. Oh, it's not until January. Gotcha. Okay. Jen says we should all meet up next time we were up there. Andrew has some family in Brockton. We'll see. You guys got Andrew's got family up here in Maine, right? In Mass. And I'm just a hop, skip, and a jump north. So we definitely have to do that. It goes for 5 days and there are hundreds. I go down for a day, and what makes it easier is that I get picked up and dropped off by the coach company I'm traveling with. That's pretty cool. That must be fun, though, huh? What does one do at an Elvis festival? I'm sure there's singing and music, but 8 hours is around the corner. Try flying to Australia. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. But the problem is 8 hours to get home from Louisiana for me, when a normal flight would be 3 hours. Because you got to stop here and you got to stop there and you got to fly 800 miles in the other direction, and then you get to come home. It's ridiculous. These airlines do. I went this year, and I swear to God, if I see another wedge of watermelon, I will scream. I ate an entire watermelon on my own. Is that right? So, Jen, you're saying in Mass and in Derry, New Hampshire? Did we talk? Derry is right here next to me. It's where I grew up. Andrew has family in Derry? It's right here. It's where I'm at. Good morning, Nick. It's good to see you. Thanks for popping in, buddy. How's everything going? My mother says Dad says good morning. Well, good morning, Dad. Good to see you. Or at least it's good to hear from you. I hope you're doing well. Mom says it's cold. Throw another piece of coal on the fire, Gramp. Damn, Jen. Derry, New Hampshire. I had no idea. It's right next to me. Like I said, that's the town I grew up in. I drive through it every day when I go to work. We go down on the Saturday and we get to see the Grand Parade. I will be going live during the parade on here. Oh, good. I want to see that. It was bloody hot. One of our big supermarket chains had their local store take a big load of watermelons down for the guests. Is there a correlation between Elvis and watermelons? Am I missing something? Yes, his dad's side. Mom's side is South Boston and York, Maine. Gotcha. So his dad's side is from Derry. I wonder if I know them. How long have they been in Derry? For a long time? I could possibly know his family, and we don't know that. So I moved to Derry in 1965, and I didn't move out until 93. So, and when I moved out, I went to the town next door. That's where I live now. So, like I said, I'm just right next door to Derry. Not Ireland, Derry, New Hampshire. Cheers. That is, in fact, cherry juice with bee pollen in it. Bee pollen. Good stuff. 9 a.m. Saturday will be 6 p.m. Friday for you. So when you go live, I'll have to watch it on Friday night. I know at least 17 years that we've been together, they've been in Derry. 17 years. We'll have to talk off of the chat sometime, Andrew and yourself and I, and really get down to the bare bones of the Derry family, because I may very well know them. Not saying I know everybody in Derry. Nick, I knew you'd say something when I said not Derry, Ireland. Derry is in Northern Ireland, and some people think it's Londonderry, but the locals I met when I was there back in February told me they preferred Derry. So where I live, there are two towns. The town I grew up in, which is Derry. And next to us, a neighboring town, is actually Londonderry. Before that, those towns were all one town. It was called the town of Nutfield, believe it or not. But I'm guessing that the name Derry comes from the Irish influence in the area. So the first Irish potato, believe it or not, that was planted in the USA was planted in Derry, New Hampshire, because during the potato blight, a lot of Irish folks migrated to the U.S., and in Derry they settled here, and then it became Derry, and it's been that way ever since. There's a beautiful song about Derry, Northern Ireland. It's called "The Town I Love So Well" by Phil Coulter. Give it a listen. I will do that. There's also a song about sailors, about sailing out to Derry. Derry must be near the ocean, I'm guessing. I wish I was back home in Derry. Usually hear it around St. Patrick's Day. Northern Ireland is also actually known as Londonderry, just as an FYI. Sharon says, why come? I've never heard of these towns, Jimmy. I guess that's what I get for living in South Georgia. Well, honestly, I never heard of Cochrane, Georgia before I met you. So there's so many little towns in this country, and thousands, I'm sure, or at least hundreds I've never heard of before. And there's some crazy names like Purgatory, Intercourse, all kinds of crazy town names. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe that's something we should do, is crazy town names. Towns you never thought you'd ever think you'd hear of. But from my own experience in the city, they told me they prefer Derry. And they probably do. There's a song called Hometown on the Foil, and it mentions Derry. Derry's a pretty famous name. The local perspective, they're not fond of the full name Londonderry. Yeah, it's probably something to do with London, right? Cochrane, Georgia is small. Uranus, Missouri, right? Yeah, there's some crazy town. Joe says, what about Dildo, Newfoundland? Is that an actual town? You guys have some crazy names in Australia. Dubbo. That's some craziness, right? I never heard of Dildo, Newfoundland. Anyone else? Is anyone else? It's real, Joe says. The funniest town name in Minnesota is Moorhead. How about Yorkie's Knob? See what I mean? There's all these crazy town names. Oh, what time is it? Do we have time? Yeah, we got time. Let me look up some crazy town names. See what we get. We have to make this a feature. The 50 most unusual town names in America. All right, let's see. Bacon Level, Alabama. Dead Horse, Arkansas. How about Nothing? It's in Arizona. Then he says, we have a hell in Mississippi. Joe, Bat's Arm in Newfoundland. Bat's Arm, Newfoundland. Have you ever been to Dildo, Shirley? I'm asking for a friend. The hottest place in the world is, Joe? I don't know. Good morning, Kurt and Marcia from CME Traveling is here. Good morning to you. Thanks for coming in. Another funny town name in Arkansas is the town of Flippin. Toad Lick, Arkansas. Toad Lick. I like that. Let's see, what else do we have here? They've started with the A's. Greasy Corner. Greasy Corner, Arkansas. Anybody been to Greasy Corner? And look who is here. Loves You is here. Good morning, my friend. Or I should say good evening to you. Coming to us from the Philippines. I hope you're doing well. There used to be a town in Austria called, I'm not going to say the word, but F King. Literally, it was called the F word, but the actual word, they had to change it because people kept stealing signs. I bet. I can actually tell you where that place is because it's actually in Australia. The town of Marble Bar in Western Australia is the hottest place in the world. It's literally hot as hell on Earth. Good morning, loves. Good morning. Brandon the Beer is here. Good morning to you. Denise is saying good morning to Kurt and Marcia. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody's saying good morning. Forks of Salmon, California. There's nothing Arizona and there's nowhere Colorado. Where have you been? Nowhere. But I thought you went on a trip. I did. So where did you go? Nowhere. Hazardville, Connecticut. I actually knew about that one. Blue Ball, Delaware. Not a great town for dating, or so we can deduce from one of the better cool town names on the list. Blue Ball, Delaware. Another weird place name is Come By Chance, New South Wales. Come By Chance is in the area. I live in New South Wales. Come by chance. What brings you? Come by chance. Fluffy Landing, Florida. Tai, Georgia. There's an actual town in Hawaii called Volcano. I'm going to leave it at that because it sounds like we're into a new bit. I could start a whole nother bit with naming some funny town names. So, okay. Have you guys heard about this? You familiar with Helping Hands for Cruising? You really should be. I think most of us are. So, but Helping Hands for Cruising, it's a charitable organization that raises money to help folks that either have some sort of physical ailment, where they think they won't be able to take a cruise, or they financially and physically can't, or think they can't take a cruise. And for people that have never taken a cruise, this organization provides the funding to offer up a cruise, a dream cruise vacation of a lifetime for somebody that's never done it. And it's a great organization. I've been with them for, well, I say I've been with them. I've been helping them for probably close to a year now. And if you're familiar with them, great. And if you're not, and you want to see what it's like, we can put up some videos later on of our good friend Kenneth Oakes. He was the first recipient for Helping Hands for Cruising. Here's a guy that had never been to the ocean. He'd never seen that. He'd never put his feet on the beach or touched the ocean. And he had an opportunity to do that last year. He went on his very first cruise, and he got to see the ocean and touch it for the first time. And if you want to see a smile that goes for miles, watch the videos of Kenny. It's amazing seeing the result of what we do in terms of getting donations together and actually seeing it come to fruition. So helpinghandsforcruising.org, go over there and check them out. No amount is too small. Help us reach our goal of $10,000. And we appreciate your support. So there you have that. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on us. We appreciate that as well. Let's go over another weird place is named Come by Chance. I said that one. We have hot coffee. We have hot coffee in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, in Coffeeville. You had me at hot coffee. Coffeeville. Kurt and Marcia says, I was born and raised in a little coal town named Eiger. Pronounced exactly. Oh, Jaeger. So they pronounce it Jaeger. Nice. We have a town called Little Canada. Another weird place in Australia is Mossy Nipple Bend. You know, there's some nipples that aren't getting used very much if they're mossy. Just saying. Felton, Delaware. And that's right, hit the thumbs up. Oh, what time do we got? We're probably pushing the end, and we are. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining me today. We are up most weekdays at 6 a.m. Unless I go to a concert the night before or some other stuff happens. You never know. And I'll keep you informed about tomorrow. As far as I know, Hump Day is a go for now. But I may be going into Boston to finish up the filming of the Crypt Doors. But we'll go play that by ear. So maybe I'll come up tomorrow morning anyway. But yep, that reminds me. Sharon's reminding me at 6:59, and Denise is right on the mark. Don't forget PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. PMA will definitely save your day. When I tell you that I'm living proof that it works, please believe me, because I am. And we need a little positive, and we need some positivity, and we need some love these days right now. I'm sure if you're keeping up with world events, you know what's going on over there in the Gaza region and what's happening. And I pray for all the people over there. Let's pray for peace and pray that everybody stays out of harm's way, because let's send our PMA their way. Don't forget to make a difference in somebody's day. All you need to do is smile at somebody, say a kind word, shake a hand, give them a hug if they're inclined. You never know. Everybody's got stories. Some of them are not so good, and you can help somebody lighten up their day a little bit just by smiling or saying something nice. Don't forget, keep our first responders in your prayers and your thoughts every day. They're out there every day keeping us safe and healthy. firefighters, the police officers, the healthcare workers, especially our nurses. We love our nurses. So thank those folks. And they do it selflessly. They're doing things that you don't want to do. I don't blame you. But they do the things that we don't want to do. And my hat goes off to them. My hair comes out for them. And last but not least, our veterans, our past, present, and future veterans and the men and women of the armed forces. They're out there every day in the proverbial wall, keeping us safe from harm and protecting our freedoms and our liberties and protecting that. My big, beautiful red, white, and blue flag. I love my flag. You know I do. And God bless America. We need it right now. We definitely need it right now. So that's going to do it, guys. I love you. Love and appreciate you all. I know that you know that, but I can never say it enough. Without you guys, my channel would be very boring. And I just love having you here every day. So you make my day, starting my day, a fantastic one. So I hope you guys have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow. I want to wish everybody peace and love from deep down in my heart. My name is Jimmy. I am your astute tourist, and I am out of here.